Hello and welcome to today's episode of Klustered. Today's a bit different than normal. Today is Klustered versus Rawkode versus the community. Not really sure how it's going to work, but let me share some stuff with you. First, check out Rawkode.live. That is the YouTube channel. Please subscribe, click the bell. You'll get alerts and notifications for all new episodes of Klustered, as well as all new episodes where I explore cloud-native products and technologies with their founders and make this all a little bit easier for us all. There's also a Discord server available at rawkode.chat. There's nearly 500 of us in there now talking all things cloud-native, Kubernetes, and everything in between. I started doing something a little bit different lately, and I'm giving away a lot of swag. Some people have asked, what if I just want to buy a t-shirt and support it? So I have included the link there. So please feel free to check out store.rawkode.com. But also I will be giving away lots of swag over the next weeks and months. So stay tuned, enjoy the episodes, and I hope you get to win something. There's a couple of little links on this site now. So Klustered.live is a thing that I threw together literally in the last couple of days to try and make our streams more interactive and more engaging and give you an opportunity to win. It was painful fighting with the Twitter API, but we do have something that works, and I'll walk you through that in just a moment. Today's episode is a versus episode with myself. So we have a cluster broken by some regulars. You may know Noel or Frezbo and Russel W. I had a third cluster, which I asked someone to break, but unfortunately due to constraints, time, and, well, life, it wasn't able to be broken in time for today's episode. So you'll also notice here, there is a rawkode.live/destroy-it. This is a public kubeconfig to a Kubernetes cluster running on Equinix Metal. My challenge to you lot is go fuck with it. I will be blocking access to it very soon. But for the next 30 minutes, feel free to try and break it as you wish. I also want to thank Teleport for sponsoring Klustered. I've been using Teleport since the first episode. I think it's an absolutely fantastic product. It's just wonderful that I get to use it on the stream every week and get to show you all how cool it is. So you should go check it out. They support the show. They're providing the swag. They're the ones that are making all of these giveaways possible. So thank you to Teleport. To support the show, go to rawkode.live/teleport. It is a UTM link, but it just means that they have a little bit of feedback that shows, supporting this channel works for them. It's quite a lot of talk for the start of this episode. I'm also very nervous about this episode because I'm fixing things alone. So I do have a beer. Okay, let's take a look at today. This is Klustered.live. Let me remove our sponsor message for the time being, where we can click sign in with Twitter. Now, there have been a few people that have mentioned that the permissions to access this application are a little permissive, but unfortunately the Twitter API only really exposes read or read write. There is nothing in between, so I'm really sorry about that, but it is the best that we can do. I also asked for those permissions because when you enter the competition, it will follow my account, follow the Teleport account, and retweet the tweet. Now, I don't see it here because I've already entered, but there is lots of warning messages. I'm not doing this without your permission. I hope you understand that. It's really just to work around the Twitter API and the fact that I can't check, painfully cannot check if you follow an account or if you have retweeted a tweet. I cannot stress it enough. This is not the way that I wanted this to go, but it is the best that I could come up with, at least in this amount of time. So I'm going to try and make this better. But if you do want to win some swag today, we have 3 Rawkode swag packs, we have 3 Teleport swag packs, and we have 10 copies of Cyan Pathak's SKS training manual. So enter the competition. Your odds are really, really good of winning, right? We've got 10, 13, 16, 16 prizes, and we don't even have 16 entries yet. So the chances are, click that button and you can win something today. Rawkode.live/destroy it will take you to this gist where there is a kube config. Download it, attack the cluster. I'll be getting to that in around 30 minutes time. And also, I know the permissions on my application are a bit wild. They allow me to upgrade your profile. They allowed me to delete your account, I think. There's a whole bunch of things. Again, not by choice, but the code for all of it is open source. You can find it at github.com/rawkode-academy/clustered.live. Cool. Today, we are going to fix some clusters. So I have 3 here. We're going to start with Russel W's cluster. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to break this. What I'm going to do is start my timer. There we go. And zoom in. Oh, hold on a minute. Why have I given myself 45 minutes? All right, we'll do what I can. I actually have much less than 45 minutes per cluster because I have 3. So really, I've got like 20 minutes per cluster. And I can't really keep up with the chat and all the talking. So I'll try and keep my eye out there. Who broke teleport? Come on, Kevin. You're not allowed to break teleport. You're also telling me the Twitter API is rubbish. Yeah, it's absolute shite. Awful. Cannot stand it. Okay. Let's see what we've got. The reason I'm starting with Russell's because I did look at Noel's and noticed we don't even have any worker nodes, so I'm going to come back to that one. Instead, we'll start with this one. We'll log on to the admin account. I will export my kube config. Alias K. And I'll run get nodes. All right, I have no control plane. Thank you, Russell. Need a bigger drink. Okay, so what do we do when we have no control plane? First thing I'm going to do is check our kubelet. I can see the service is loaded, but it is stopped. I'm going to try just starting that back up. And while that starts, I'm going to jump into our Kubernetes manifest. Thanks, Russell. I hope you scripted that. A beer sip for each break. Yeah, it might go that way, no. I don't have any static manifests. They all appear to be the same number of bytes. I think they're all cube. All right, okay. They're not all the same number of bytes. The letters are the same number of bytes. So I think A, B, C, D, and E are the files I need, and everything else is noise. Urgh. All right, I am going to move A, B, C, D, E, .yaml to temp, run ls, yep. Now I don't trust, I don't need these, so we'll call this dumping ground. Going to move everything to our dumping ground. We're going to move everything back YAML to here. Oh. Where did that Cilium come from? I don't think that's mine, so I'm going to push that back. Okay. Now we have A, B, C, D, E, and E.yaml. I'm actually not fussed about the names. I just want to make sure I've got the right components. So in fact, we'll just star.yaml. So we've got our API server, etcd, controller manager, scheduler, kubevip. Okay. Hopefully that gets me a control plane online. I guess what we want to see now is, do we have an API server? Do we have a controller? Not quite. Do we have an actual working kubelet yet? No. Okay, so our kubelet is broken. I'm going to take a look at our kubelet logs. And it is misconfigured. Okay, we shouldn't have an etc kubelet file. So we're going to go into our, we'll do a system control cat kubelet, and we're going to check to make sure there's nothing weird here. Our exec start here has been tampered with, and that is in this drop in here. So our kubelet should be in user bin kubelet, maybe user bin local kubelet. User bin kubelet, do daemon reload, restart kubelet. And we'll take a look at those logs, and that looks a bit better. Hopefully those errors go away. Let's see what we've got in the chat so far. Yeah, Waleed, I brought in the countdown during the team stuff, just to make sure that we give appropriate time to each of the clusters that we have. So it's really more of a guide. It's not always enforced, but yeah, I try to keep it there. Some love for Russell's break. People laughing. Ha ha ha. I'm not laughing. That's a lot of YAML. Lots of, all right, okay. Salim was not you, Russell. Thank you. That helps. I'm not sure why that salim.yaml was there. Ah, you're a gentleman. Okay, so we do have hints if we need them, and /root hints. Okay, I'm curious if we have an API server. We do not. Controller, kube. All right, we've got a few things. So now our API server is failing. We can go to var log containers, and we can tail our kube API server. And it's been shut down. Non-structural schema condition controller. Interesting. Oh yeah, they're called funny names. All right, let's see. API server, advertise address, allow privileged, authorization mode, all fine, fine, fine. Admission plugins, no destruction is okay. etcd should be all right. You should check that it's running though. And that looks all right. I'm not sure about the probes. Hard-coded IP address is probably a private IPv4 of this machine. Not something I often look at, but I'm going to assume it's all right. And I'm not sure if we should have a default seccomp profile on the API server, but I can't think. Let's just run it in a web server. With, yeah, it should be all right. It's not scheduling anything. Okay, that looked all right. So because I'm confused, I'm going to take a look at etcd being at the top. Not probably a good sign, right? Yeah, I think it looks okay. Okay, let's see, Kube API. Look at this in a bit more detail. When does this last start? This is 1602. Right, that's a while ago. So we're starting here. So we got a shutdown here. How can it shut down before it starts? Yeah, that's funny. Oops. Oh, I'm not in there. Okay. Kube API server, control plane. It looks fine. I can never remember this stuff. Oh no, wait, it's the cry CTL. Runtime endpoint. Okay, API server 4 minutes ago. Can we do logs? Container ID. All right. Okay. So we can do logs, but we need PS and then logs on our API server's gone again. Okay. Strange. I guess this is just the pod shows because the pod is created even though the container doesn't exist. I'm gonna move fail just to try and encourage the kubelet to reschedule it. Okay. So the kubelet errors are because it can't speak to the API server. But I'm not seeing one start. I'm not getting any more logs. I'm going to restart kubelet. I really want to see this kube API server file rotate, so I'm just going to remove it, which I'm going to regret in 5 minutes. Watch. And we'll wait for that file to come back, see if we can get some more logs out of that API server. I'm not sure what is happening here at the moment, but I'm doing okay for time, I think. So. Russell is just happy it took more than 5 minutes. You know, people always worry when I invite them on to break clusters that their fix is too superficial. It just doesn't work that way. Like, it's really hard debugging clusters. I'll say that because I'm doing one. But Kubernetes is running. We're still obviously getting error messages here. Kind of want to be able to filter that out. So let's remove the follow and search for API. Okay, so failed creating a mirror pod. I finally got something that looks like it's useful. And it's failing because the pod already exists. Yeah, so we did see that behavior with the cry control PS. I did say it was created a few minutes ago. I suspect that's going to be even newer now. No. Is it RMP? So I've removed that pod. Let's see if it comes back. Yep. Nope. Still no API server logs. Kubelet. What's happening just now? Okay, so we got an API server, crash loop back off. Error syncing pod skipping, failed to start container for the kube API server with a crash loop back off. Okay. Then why am I not getting logs? That's a good idea, Kevin. I think I will take a hint. I'm going to take a look at our IPS. I'm going to take a look at this one more time. Because I feel why are we not getting logs? Okay. Is that a directory? Yeah. Okay, so we're past the beach. What's the second hint? Oh, there's a readme. Okay. Welcome to... Oh, you never told me about the backstory. Okay, so welcome to the Crystal Maze Cluster. You will need to travel through 4 zones in order to solve their puzzles. Good luck. I hope it's challenging enough without being too frustrating. Well, you failed. It's frustrating. Let's begin. Picture zone. If you want hints, or just dive straight in. Beach. System D at the beach. Yeah, we done the beach. So I don't think this is the industrial networking one. Something with the certs, and then there is a phrase, you can't see the wood for the trees. Ugh. Yeah, I don't want to just start opening all these hints, Russell. So which hint should I look at for the API server break? Give me a heads up. And I'll think. Really annoying me there's no logs. I need to know why it's breaking. Must be something in here. Okay, trees. Thank you, Russell. So forest. Oh, we got a couple of hints here. Okay. So many questions. Which files do you need to edit? How are there this many files in the static manifest directory but only a few containers being run? Where is the API server? Right, well, I think I fixed the first part of the forest. Ah, sneaky. Very sneaky. Right, well, I do not need any of your aliases. Should have paid more attention to them now that I've just deleted them all. Because I wasn't actually sure what you were doing. It looked like you were just intercepting my ls and cd. Which I meant, I thought you had modified my manifest directory. Yeah, I was far too quick to delete those aliases. I should have paid attention. Phew. Okay, it was intercepted in CD and ls. I now know I've got the proper ls. I'm going to take another hint just because I deleted that stuff too quickly. I shouldn't have to log in or nor log out. So I did think you'd maybe change the manifest. That's why I did that. The cat on the kubelet, and I was going to start poking around to see if you'd maybe told it to live in a different location. Let's take a look. There we go. Hey, I knew that. I should have trusted my gut. Okay. This is the actual static manifest directory. API server. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. I don't think there's anything wrong with that API server. got me going round in circles here. Right, we've got 20 minutes left. Might as well read all the forest hints while we're here. So this one was the Basher aliases. We found the real manifest. So yes, I am frustrated. I did try calling user bin. Okay, so you've basically broken everything, is what you're telling me. This is definitely this. And that's the same. And I still have a kubeAPI server that I think is alright. Oh, you're telling me there's two problems in this API. Thank you, Russell. Okay, line by line, stop rushing. So it's definitely the right command. Advertise address. Should be okay. I have IPv4. Okay, these are fine. I'm hoping I don't have to check all the cert paths. Secure port is okay. There we go. Unless that is the port, I've just never noticed that before. I don't even know if that's a fix or I'm breaking it more. I wonder if I couldn't see logs because of that CD intercept. Maybe that was an old log. I still don't have any API. Okay, were the probes ports the two issues in that spec? Oh, this is wrong too. In fact, all the ports are wrong. Okay. Let's try that. No logs yet. Restarting a kubelet. Oh. I hate you. All right. I'm just going to keep restarting the kubelet till I get an API server. Why is it not typing? Uh-oh. Teleport is broken. What have I done? Okay. Pull the bottom of that up. We have an API server at least. And I don't know if I broke teleport or okay, don't know what happened there. Okay, let's export. Alias. Get pods. Oh, I think they've been cordoned. Nope. Okay. So Russell says that's forest and cryptography covered. It's just the industrial stage now. So let's see these within a wide. Worker 1, worker 1, worker 2, and worker 1. Okay, so I think your README suggested that everything is on the control plane. I've not touched the worker nodes at all. Okay. Let's see if we've got any 10x rules. We don't. We are. These clusters are all 122. No. I started provisioning them the day after release. Okay, so we've got some networking problem. Now what we can do, see if we can get any logs from this pod here. Unable to reach the API server. That may just need, oh, calm down. May just need a wee nudge. And nudge. Okay, let's see if that Selenium gets happy again. And I wonder if that's the same reason the ambassador is potentially broken. I will just start rotating pods. Let's see. Okay, that's definitely healthier. So that means I can do get deployments, edit deployments, clustered, image, 2. Let's see if that works. And it did. Let's see what happens. And I got the dance. So I'm not sure what your industrial problem was, Russell, but it did not stop me from deploying version 2. All right. Oh, cluster fix. Thank you, Russell. That was infuriating, but very good. Yeah, the bash aliases, I just didn't even. I didn't think, there's nothing, there's no feedback to let you know that you're working with an alias or anything like that. So yeah, maybe something I should start checking by default in the future. Yeah, and that image, sneaky. Okay, let's jump on to Noel's cluster, which isn't looking very healthy at the moment. We have no worker nodes. Alias, K, kube control. Well, at least I'm getting real LS CDs are built in. Okay. K, get nodes. Which kube control? kubectl looks all right. Version. I've got an API server, but something. We have no apps v1 or core v1. Okay. So how would this be possible? Well, we're going straight back to our static manifest. We're taking a look at our API server configuration. Disappointed my cursor did not start halfway down the file. Do we have all our controllers running? Certainly looks like it. Didn't start my timer. There you go. I mean, you could have reset the times on the files, of course, but looks clean. We'll check the image. I'm not getting bit by that twice. Okay. So either I don't have access to these types, okay, let's get cluster roles. Yeah, hopefully it's not RBAC. Please don't be RBAC. So there's my admin conf. Let's take a look at the context for Kubernetes admin. Speaking to the correct cluster. We've got cluster admin here. Not RBAC. Well, that's good. That was the only lead I had. No. So let's check Make sure this matches what we kind of expected to see from the static pod manifest. No sneaky static admission controllers. No controllers being disabled. Okay. I should have brought 2 beers to this episode. Okay. How are you removing pods? How are you removing pods? Okay, let's rule that out. What do we have access to? Unable to retrieve the complete list of server APIs. Apps v1, the server could not find. How did you remove apps v1? And where's core v1? I've never seen that before. I'm impressed. Shit. I mean, it has to be API server. Unless you did something in the cluster and then out the cluster. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to reach for a hint now. Okay, so the APIs have decided to play hide and seek. Where have they gone? Nasty goose. That's a hint. This is sneaky. Okay, so you could have modified kube control, even though it's a binary. May not be the correct one. Well, it does say get tree state clean. Let's make sure I'm calling this kube control. I am calling this kube control. Do we have any other kube controls? Let's use our bin kube. This is too funny. There it is. Runtime config v1 equals false and apps v1 equals false. Okay. So I can see it here. Runtime. But not there. You've moved the static. Oh, you've done the same, right? So let's take a look in our config here. It's not been moved. The static pod manifest is the same. So how is that runtime config getting into the API server? What if it's not running as a static pod? It's definitely not in this file, right? Okay. So it could be there's 2 static manifests in one of these files. No. I like this. I can see the problem. Do we trust a kubelet? And Noel's telling me to read the hints again. Okay, the APIs have decided to play hide and seek. Where have they gone? Is there a nasty goose? Don't worry. What do you think? You trust the I'm starting to think my kubelet's not a kubelet. And I notice you've got a Go directory here. Can't really tell what you were building. I should have hidden it from PS as well. This is also a hint. You all are cruel. Okay, so we could be in a position where our API server scheduled by the kubelet just isn't running. In fact, that may be the case because got it. Okay, so that's nice. Our kubelet can't actually schedule the API server via containerd because the port has already been bound. So Noel has managed to, I mean, I did think systemd and I took a look in the systemd directory, but I guess he's been a lot more sneaky than that, which means, in theory, I could probably just kill this process. No, it came straight back. I'm going to stop the kubelet. I'm going to kill this. And it's gone. Reinstall, reinstall kubelet. Have you hacked my kubelet? That's taken a little bit longer than I was kind of expecting it to. Don't know if that's good or bad. There we go. And then I'm going to restart the kubelet. I'm going to assume you compiled your own kubelet to spin up its own API server before running a static ladder pods. I think that's maybe what you've done. Don't know why it's gone so slow though. No. Darn it. I'm going to stop the kubelet again. I want to confirm that the kubelet is definitely starting this process. Man. There's desperation in a Linux command. It's container D. I think that is actually just part of CTR. Okay, that's a pretty big hint. Noel says, do you trust the manifest files that you see? I mean, I think so. Okay, so you've not done something through a shell. This better not be eBPF. Do I trust the manifest files that I see? Okay, so the API server does have an extra line in it. It's kind of what I think you're telling me. But I can't see it. I hate computers. Maybe I'll stop my kubelet. The kubelet.conf should just be the user to connect to it. I don't think there would be anything in there. Seems normal. Woodworking is a great idea. Okay. So I have no idea. I'm curious what happens if I add this though. I don't think it's adding. Oh well. Let's kill the process to be sure. I think this has to be eBPF, and there's no way to debug that. Have I broke it? it's not getting my flags I added either. You've stumped me, Noel. Tell me what it is. I just don't know where to start, Noel, so you're going to have to... I don't know how to use BPF tool. I knew it was eBPF though. Russell, I did add a new param to the YAML. It didn't show up. So I don't know. So Noel has said he left BPF tool, which means it is an eBPF hack in some way. Right, Noel, no more hints, just tell us. Noel said, do I trust the off system into the node's teleport? Not particularly. Are you telling me I can SSH in manually? You're saying run system control cat teleport D. Okay, so you're using vartemp eBPF kit with the source. So there's a rogue kube API server manifest in vartemp, which is targeting a file over there. So you've got an eBPF probe that whenever the kubelet tries to access the kube API server YAML inside of the manifest directory, you're actually redirecting it to var temp. Was that supposed to happen? Alright, I'm going to kill it. It does not like that. Stop the kubelet. Kill the process. Var temp. Oh yeah, it does not like me doing that. Oh, you have to, oh, okay, got it. So Noel in the chat is saying I'll have to stop the teleport D process with the eBPF kit. That's a nice use of eBPF and really difficult to track down. I think it's fair to say that eBPF is the devil's work. Let's jump back over to here just now. What I should have done at some point was run a status and take a look at everything in this list. And I would have spotted our phony teleport D. I think I would have spotted it. So there we go. Couple of learnings there. Always take a look at the systemd process table service list. And never let Noel and Russell near a cluster again. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here, so I'm just going to leave. And I'm going to assume that eBPF kit is not going to show up here. So I'm curious how you hid that. But we'll just leave it. That was tricky, really, really tricky. Good work, Noel. All right, I gave you all access to this cluster. I don't know if anyone has access to machine. I don't know if anyone's run. Well, no one's SSH. I never give you access to. All right, I have removed. Yeah, Waleed, thanks for joining us. We'll quickly check if anyone did anything to this cluster. And if not, we'll call it a night. Oh, there has been a goose. All right. Guess I'm fixing one more. All right, we have a kubelet. We have an API server. It's got secure port 663. I bet there's nothing wrong with this cluster, except for me. Oh, I didn't do the export properly. Yeah. Well, maybe someone did break something. Okay. Well, let's see why our application is crashing. There's no logs on that, of course. I should know that by now. Someone changed the label. Sneaky. And although maybe it's here, so maybe it's a typo in my automation. That would be funny. Let's just bump it up to V2. Always. Oh, someone's changed the probes. Can't remember the ports on this application. I think it's 8080. And here, death by 1,000 cuts I can see. And resource limits look okay. And what do we get here? Okay, I can't change the labels, so maybe that is part of my automation. We'll fix that back. Let's see what happens. Okay, the probes aren't passing. That's typically what the internal server error means. It does look okay. Maybe I was just a bit too... No, it's broken. Okay, let's see. It should be a node port service. Maybe someone's modified that too. Selector's wrong. Okay, so I think someone actually deleted that deployment and reapplied it with the broken labels. So it's probably not my automation. And we've got an endpoint now. Is that healthier? I think that's healthier. Possibly going to time out because well, Postgres does have endpoints. What happens if I curl? Okay, what's wrong with my application? And see, I don't even know how to ask for help now. I actually think if we pull up my automation, I think it just runs on port 80. I don't think it is 8080 at all, but I could be wrong. No, 8080. Okay. Port 8080. Okay, so what is wrong? Clustered. We got an endpoint. It's running. But I'm not really able to do anything. So let's try getting a shell. Let's see what happens. It's either going to time out from the database or something else. Failed to connect to database. Okay, so can it resolve? No. Okay. So get pods all. Where's core DNS? It is running. Let's see if it is broken DNS and everything. I don't know if that's resolving. No. Okay, I have no networking, so it's probably not DNS. Never said that before, and possibly that I just can't query DNS within the cluster. Okay, host is fine. Cilium appears to be okay. I'm kind of running out of time because I do have a hard stop, but I'll see how far I can get through this. If anybody made changes to this cluster and you're still watching, drop a message in the chat, and maybe we can speed this up a little bit. Okay, so I wonder if someone's just applied cluster policies rather than modifying the config map, because modifying the config map would be a bit mean. There we go. Ah. See, sometimes you make it more difficult for yourself by looking into like, oh, they could have broken Cilium, when it can just be the really simple things. Okay, so we've got some swag to give away. And thank you to anyone who broke that cluster. That was a nice easy one, which is appreciated after those 2 car crashes that we had. And what do we need to do? Well, we need to go to Rawkode Academy Clustered Live. So like I said, this repository is all online. we can run chicken dinner. And we'll see we have 19 participants in today's competition. I can stop my little timer now. We don't need that, right? There we go. And we have 10 winners. So thank you to our sponsor Teleport, who are providing 10 copies of Siam's CKS book. And they are providing 3 vouchers for swag. I am also going to be giving away 3 Rawkode t-shirts. So in total, we're looking for 16 winners today. The way this is going to work is the script doesn't, I need to be able to run it. So it's just going to spit out 16 names. So what I'm going to say is the first 3 names get the Rawkode t-shirts. The next 3 names will get the Teleport swag. And the final 10 names will get the CKS book. Hopefully you all are happy with that. I will make the code around this competition a bit more sophisticated over the next days and weeks, but it just needs a bit more time. This is what I could put on very quickly, and I'm going to go back to fighting the Twitter API very soon. So, Python 3, chicken dinner, 16 winners, please. So only 3 of you are not going to win. I'm really sorry about that, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, Rawkode t-shirts go to Walid, Just Me and Open Source, and Crux. We have Teleport swag for Noel, Kevin, and Arishba, and I won. I'm going to have to draw one more. The Merrick, Russell, Safiath, I'm not sure. Adiyasha, Roberto, Jason, Philip, Steve, and Avnish. So I will save these to our winners. I will draw one more because I obviously don't want to win. Let me remove the sponsor message just now, and hopefully we don't get a repeat name. Sid Palace. There you go, Sid. DevOps Directive. You have also won a CKS book. So there is our winners. Thank you, everyone. Sasa would do. Awesome, no worries. I'll reach out. I have all your Twitter handles, which are stored in Firebase. I will drop you a DM. We will organize your swag, and we will be doing this every week on Klustered. So make sure you come back. We're also looking for more people to compete on Klustered and more teams. So if you want to come on and have some fun, regardless of your level of skill or experience with Kubernetes, we'll find a way to get you on and have some fun with this. So drop me a DM on Twitter. Say if you want to join solo or teams or both, and we'll do our best to make that happen. I'm going to give one final thank you to Teleport for their support and for letting us give away some swag. And I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you all later. So thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you all soon.